Welcome back to RaggedyAssRich, where we keep it real about money, wealth building, and everything in between. I'm your host, and today we're calling out the scammers. We're talking about financial gurus, money coaches, and all the people out here selling you dreams instead of actual advice. Let's get into it. Alright, so let's just address the elephant in the room. Not everyone calling themselves a financial expert actually is one. In fact, a lot of these so-called gurus are just regular people who figured out how to market themselves. They don't have degrees in finance. They don't have certifications. They don't have real expertise. What they have is a good camera, a ring light, and the ability to sell you a dream. And look, I'm not saying all financial educators are scams. There are some good ones out there. But there are also a lot of bad ones. And you need to know how to tell the difference. So let's talk about the red flags. The signs that someone is more interested in taking your money than actually helping you. Red flag number 1, they're selling you a course on how to get rich. If someone's entire business model is selling courses on how to make money, they're making money off of you, not from the method they're teaching. Think about it. If their foolproof system for building wealth actually worked, why would they need to sell courses? They'd just be rich from doing the thing. But instead, they are selling you the dream of being rich and making their money by charging you $497 for a PDF and some videos. Now, this doesn't mean all paid courses are scams. Some have real value. But if someone's main pitch is learn my secret method for getting rich, be skeptical. Red flag number 2, they show off their lifestyle constantly. You know the type. Every post is them in front of a sports car or on a private jet or holding stacks of cash. And the caption is always something like, I used to be broke, but then I discovered this one trick. Here's the thing. People with real wealth don't usually flaunt it like that. They're not constantly posting about how much money they have. The people who do that, they're trying to sell you something. They are using the appearance of a wealth to make you think, if I buy their course, I can have that too. But half the time, that car is rented. That jet is chartered for a photo shoot. Those stacks of cash are props. It's all performance. It's all marketing. So, if someone's spending more time showing you their lifestyle than actually teaching you something useful, that's a red flag. Red flag number 3, they make it sound easy. Make $10,000 a month, working only 10 hours a week. Build passive income with no experience needed. Get rich quick with this simple strategy. If it sounds too good to be true, it is too good to be true. Building wealth is not easy. It's not quick. It's not simple. It takes time. It takes effort. It takes learning and strategy and discipline. So, when someone tells you it's easy, they're lying. They're trying to get you to buy based on emotion, based on hope, instead of logic. And once you've paid and you realize it's not easy, they'll blame you. Oh, you didn't follow the system correctly. You weren't committed enough. You didn't believe in yourself. No, the system was flawed. The promise was fake, and they took your money anyway. Red flag number 4. They have no verifiable credentials. Look, you don't need to have a finance degree to understand money. I'm not saying that. But if someone's calling themselves a financial expert or a wealth coach, you should be able to verify some kind of expertise. Do they have a certification? A CFP? CFA? Something? Do they have a track record you can verify? Have they actually done what they're teaching? Or are they just teaching theory? Because a lot of these gurus, their only success is in selling courses. They've never actually built wealth through investing or business or real estate. They've built wealth by convincing people like you to pay them. So do your research, Google them, look for reviews, check their credentials. If you can't find anything, if everything's vague, that's a red flag. Red flag number 5. They use high-pressure sales tactics. This offer ends tonight. Only 5 spots left. If you don't buy now, you'll regret it forever. That's manipulation. That's creating false urgency to make you buy without thinking. Real educators don't need to pressure you. They provide value, and you decide if it's worth it. But scammers, they need you to buy impulsively before you have time to think, before you have time to research. So, if someone's pushing you to buy right now, step back, take a breath, do your research, sleep on it. If it's a good offer today, it'll be a good offer tomorrow. And if they're telling you it won't be available tomorrow, they're lying. Red flag number 6. They promise specific dollar amounts. Follow my system and you'll make $10,000 a month. No one can guarantee that. No one. Your results depend on so many factors. Your market, your effort, your resources, your timing. What works for one person might not work for you. So when someone promises specific numbers, they're lying. They're selling you a fantasy, not a strategy. Now, can they show you what they made? Sure, that's fine. But if they're promising that you'll make the same, that's where it becomes a scam. Okay, so those are the red flags. Now let's talk about what good financial education actually looks like. Because I don't want you to think everyone's a scam. There are good resources out there. Good financial educators. 1. They're transparent about their qualifications. They'll tell you their background, their experience, what they're certified in. And if they're not formally certified, they're honest about that. They'll say, I'm not a financial advisor. but here's what worked for me. 2. They provide free value first. They give you actual useful information before ever asking for money. Because they are confident that the value they provide will speak for itself. 3. They are realistic about results. They don't promise you'll get rich quick. They don't make wild income claims. They tell you the truth. Building wealth takes time, effort, and discipline. 4. They encourage you to do your own research. They want you to be informed. They want you to verify what they are saying. Because they're not scared of you finding out they are wrong. They know they are right. 5. They're not trying to sell you everything. They might have a course or a book or some kind of paid offering, but that's not all they do. They're not constantly pushing products at you. 6. They have real reviews and testimonials, not just screenshots of comments that could be fake, but real people you can verify, real results you can check. So, when you're looking for financial education, look for these things. Look for transparency. Look for realism. Look for value. And if someone's showing you red flags, walk away. Now, let's talk about why these scams work. Because it's not just about the gurus being good at marketing. It's about us. It's about our psychology. Here's the truth. Scams work because they prey on desperation. When you're struggling financially, when you're stressed about money, when you feel like you're running out of options, you're vulnerable. And scammers know that. They know that when you're desperate, you're willing to believe things you normally wouldn't. You're willing to take risks you normally wouldn't. They know that when you're tired of struggling, the promise of easy money sounds like a lifeline. Even if logically, you know it's probably too good to be true. Because hope is powerful, and scammers weaponize hope. So, here's what you need to remember. If you're feeling desperate, that's when you need to be most careful. That's when you're most likely to fall for a scam. Take a step back, breathe, talk to someone you trust. Don't make big financial decisions when you're in a state of panic or desperation. Because scammers are counting on you acting on emotion instead of logic. Don't give them that power. Now, if you've already fallen for a scam, first of all, don't beat yourself up. It happens. It happens to smart people. It happens to careful people. Scammers are good at what they do. That's why they keep doing it. So if you've lost money to a scam, here's what to do. 1. Try to get your money back. If you paid with a credit card, dispute the charge. If you paid through PayPal or another platform, file a complaint. If it was a bank transfer, contact your bank. You might not get your money back, but it's worth trying. 2. Report them. Report them to the FTC. Report them to the Better Business Bureau. Report them on whatever platform they were using. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever. The more people report them, the harder it is for them to keep scamming. 3. Warn others. Leave reviews, post about your experience, share what happened. You might feel embarrassed, but you could save someone else from the same scam. 4. Learn from it. What were the red flags you missed? What made you trust them? Not to beat yourself up, but to recognize those patterns in the future. 5. Move forward. Don't let this stop you from pursuing financial education. There are good resources out there. You just have to be more careful about vetting them. Alright, so let's recap. Red flags to watch for. Selling courses on how to get rich. Constantly showing off their lifestyle. Making it sound easy. No verifiable credentials. High pressure sales tactics. Promising specific dollar amounts. Good financial education looks like transparency about qualifications, free value first, realistic expectations, encouraging research, not constantly selling, real, verifiable testimonials. And remember, scams prey on desperation. So when you're feeling desperate, that's when you need to be most careful. You deserve real financial education. You deserve resources that actually help you, not people who take advantage of your struggle. So be skeptical. Ask questions. Do your research. And trust your gut. If something feels off, it probably is. That's it for today's episode of RaggedyAssRich. If you've ever been scammed by a financial guru, or if you've almost been scammed, drop a comment, share your story. Let's help each other stay safe. Next episode, we're talking about the difference between a spending problem and an income problem, and why budgeting isn't always the answer. Until then, stay skeptical, stay smart, and remember, if it sounds too good to be true, it is. Peace.